Hello, thank you for tuning into this week's Pick a Read. This week I'm going to use 3 decks, Witch's Tarot by Ellen Dugan, Queen of the Moon Oracle by Stacey DeMarco, and Archangel Gabriel Oracle Cards by Doreen Virtue, which I know all the controversy, but I kept thinking about it. I'm like, this could really be a good thing here, so I'm using it. Alright, so let's get the 5 piles together. The question is, what will help me? So like whatever you're dealing with, love, finances, family, health, some other type of relationship, whatever it might be, this is supposed to like what will help you in whatever you're dealing with. Maybe it's already going well and you're just making sure it stays going well. Maybe it's not going so well and you want some help to get it going better. Whatever it might work out for you. Yeah. Here. Stop. There's a lot on that one pile, that's for sure. Okay, and the last. Okay, I think we're good. Alright, so got more stuff to put on them, of course, because, you know, it's how I do them the same way pretty much every time. So we got 5 piles, for the most part. Now we got to put together these messages. Each one will have a message. Yes, sir. Alright, now we're going to do that. That would like to stay there. It's Tiger's Eye. Okay, so I want to do Tiger's Eye first, which is, this is kind of going backwards, isn't it? No, I want to do Tiger's Eye first. I think we're going to do Tiger's Eye first, and then we're going to do the Lapis Lazuli, then we're going to do the Rainbow Hematite, then the Amethyst, and then the last one will be the Selenite. I don't know. It's interesting because, I don't know. I don't know why, it just seems like that's the way these should go through, so that's what we're going to do. Now I just got to put them, keep them in the same order. So let's see if this works out the way I just said it did. There's the test. Alright, so Tiger's Eye. Tiger's Eye is focused determination, heightened senses, from what I understand too. Like, it just seems to give you that little extra edge. Sometimes it just seems like it helps you get through a situation and really like have that extra little bit of perception. One of those things where people say something to you and it's not just what they said, but how they said it and who they said it in front of. You know what I mean? Like, they say good morning to you every day, but if they say it a weird way in front of somebody else, you're kind of like, why did you say it that way? Like, why is it an issue now? So it's having those heightened perceptions, like not only like what's going on, but why and where it's going on, that type of thing. So what do we have here? That's not really that bad. We'll see. What will help you? Alright, so I think I pushed these up too high. We have to push them down a little bit. And oddly enough, this is an interesting card to have here. It says perfectionism. Alright, so when I'm feeling this, I feel like striving to do better is a good thing. What will help you? I feel like this is like, I feel like what they're saying is this is how it kind of trickles down from the top. They're actually saying, and I know this is weird because you have let go at the bottom, but I feel like we're progressing from the top to the bottom. So try to make the situation better. Like, try to do better for the situation. Put your best foot forward. If there's something that seems just a little bit out of focus, fix it. I know that may seem a little bit crazy and a little bit too much over the top, but they're saying is like there's something here that's just kind of bugging you. And it's almost like, well, that's nitpicky. That's nitpicky to go after that. It's nitpicky to try to fix that. They're saying, no, they're highlighting something here. Go towards it. Try to sharpen up that fine edge. Just make it a little bit better, because you're actually going to pull something forward. You're going to actually help somebody a little bit here by showing that a little bit more improvement is a good thing, because it feels like this is inspiring someone else. And what you're eventually going to do is let go of this, but you're helping somebody else, raise the bar for themselves. You have the confidence in your creation, motivation. What's this one say? Pleasure? It's hard to read these upside down, believe it or not. Trust. All right, see, you're trying to improve something. Perfectionism. I feel like they're saying make it a little better. Put forth the effort to make something better. Work with someone else to make this better, because you're inspiring someone else. I feel like you're inspiring someone else, and they're getting a lot more out of this. Now, by helping somebody else and showing them that you have the confidence in them that they can actually make this even more, like they're capable of more than what you're seeing, I'm feeling that you're helping them raise the bar for their own life. The Seven of Wands is below these two, but I'm getting the trust and pleasure is like they're feeling like you believe in them more than maybe everybody else does. It's kind of like looking at a cake, and maybe it's a little lopsided, and the frosting came off a little bit weird. And you're like, well, that's good enough. That's a good effort. And everybody else is like, yeah, that's fine enough for the party we want to do. But like if you raise the bar and you're like, well, that was a good attempt for this party, but next time try to do this. Try to even out, get a level and make sure your oven is even before you do it. And I can help you even out that oven if you need me to. And here's like, instead of doing the frosting this way, here's a recipe that can make that go a little bit better. Or maybe instead of using, say they use shortening or something, like use this type of butter. Like you're giving them pointers on how to perfect this, and you're giving them the confidence, like they can do better, but you're happy with what they did do, but you're like, and I know you can do even better, and I want to empower you to do so. The Nine of Swords reversed is telling me that you're releasing somebody from their own pain because they're scrutinizing their own efforts. The Sun card reversed is telling me things did work out well, but they could be better. This is somebody being hard on themselves. This is somebody else, though, seeing you, having that perception, knowing that they can do better, that you believe in them too. Because if people are saying, that was good and that was good enough, and they know they can do better, it could damage their confidence, saying, well, this is all anybody's expecting of me anyway, so I guess that's as good as I can do. By you saying, hey, I know you can do better, and this is how to do it, let's do it a little better. Like, your perfectionism doesn't have to be like, this has to be perfect. Perfectionism could say, we could do better. Let's improve on this. Let's improve this a little bit more. You're having the confidence in someone else telling them, yeah, you did good, and I know you could do so much better. I'm excited to see what you come up with next, because I know it's going to be a step above what you did before. Just after you give them the advice, after you give them that help, or say, yeah, try this ingredient next time instead of that one, or, here, let's level out your oven. I'll help you level it out so you can make things better. Once you give them that help, once you give them that direction, let it go. Let go and let them take it from there. That's also because you're giving them the power with this cat's eye to sharpen their own skills. You're helping someone else, you're inspiring someone else to sharpen their own skills. This is what would help you, is to empower somebody else, give them the help they need, give them the direction, give them the advice you have, and then let it go. This is big. Let it go at the end. Give them the help, inspire them, tell them it could be better. You're thankful for what they have done, but this is how it could be better. Than just let it go. And you'll notice even I have a hard time letting it go right now because I need to let this one go. Is there anything else with this? I think that's what they're saying, because the situation wasn't bad to begin with. That's the Sun reversed. But if you just let it lie the way it is and say, oh, that's all I'm expecting of whoever this is, that might stunt their growth. So be thankful for what they did do and praise what they did, but also inspire them to do better. All right, let's step away before I go through this the 50th time. Just step away from... I love that rock, by the way. Somebody gave it to me for the holidays, and I love it, love it, love it, love it, love it. Okay, I just need to pick these up and get them out of our way. Okay. Now, what do we have for the next one? The next one is Lapis Lazuli, which is a communication stone, yes. Also has the wish band around it there because it's a circle that goes all the way around, which is a wish stone. A couple people have already confirmed that, so I think that's cool. And thank you for the people who comment. I love it. Thank you so much. I apologize for not responding to everybody. Like, I usually read them. It's hard to respond to where I'm getting them. It's like they show up on my phone, but like, especially if I'm at a doctor's office or waiting for something, and I'll read through the comments. I try to make note of what you guys are putting in there, so thank you so much. So communication. Communication is the key here. What type of communication? What will help you? What we have. I almost put this upside down. I'll remember that in a minute. I think we're going to go this way across. Okay, so communication. All right, keep going. So we got the Three of Swords being overshadowed by the Hangman. So the Hangman is typically non-action, but it's not something you can just stay there for indefinitely. Like if this person hangs there long enough, they're going to expire. Somebody has to come to help them one way or another. Even with best of intentions, I'm just saying, like, this is a transition period. Something is going to have to move things forward. No matter how painful it is to not do anything, it could be warranted for the moment, but it's not going to stay this way forever. So it's kind of like the one thing the Hanged Man can do is plan for the next move once he's freed from this situation. At the very least, he can be like, well, I'm going to need a drink of water. So when I get down from this, I'm going to need to get myself a drink of water. Even if that's the littlest he could plan for, then he can do that. You know what I mean? Or I'm going to have to relieve myself somewhere, so I'm going to have to look around to see where I could go. As soon as I get down from this, I'm going to have to go over to this place and do what I need to do my business. So that may be the least you can do, but that at least is something to do. Like, try to plan the best. Just think through what you're going to do when you are freed from this. What's the first action I'm going to take once I am freed from this snare? Now you got the Three of Swords right with it. The inaction is very stressful is what I'm getting. Causing a lot of anxiety. Like, the longer I stand here, the longer I do nothing, the worse this gets. But it's also saying you're in a position when you start off where you can't do anything. So part of you has to accept that there's a period here where you can't do anything. Okay, that's fine. The stress is there, saying you really feel like something needs to be done. So they're also saying be aware of that. Don't let your next actions be motivated by fear. Because you got that card coming up here later. Don't let that motivate you. Be very, very careful and be very aware of your own fear. It's kind of like if you're afraid, you know, if I leave somebody to be to their own devices, if I leave some children unattended, like, all right, there are two rooms over. I'm not completely afraid that they're going to beat the hell out of each other, but the longer I leave them to their own devices, the more they can connive around and cause problems. For a moment or two, they should be okay. They should be able to be self-sustaining. But, you know, don't let yourself feel like, oh my God, they've been in there a whole hour by themselves. I have to rush in there and save the world. Give it a moment just to recognize what your own primal fear is and what actually is warranted. You do want to check on the situation, but you don't want to rush in ready to save the world. You want to check on it and then make your decision when you see what's happening. Because I'm getting here with the Hanged Man, you're being kept away from the situation. So when you are connected to it, yes, you're probably going to have to you're going to have to act right away. But while you're waiting, like, maybe you want to put an inventory together, like, what resources do I have available to me right off the bat? Who would help me if I needed to? How much money do I have set aside if I need it? You know, if I need to travel, like, what plans do I need to do? Who could help me with that? Who do I have waiting in the wings? Or, like, do I have to contact work and to make sure that this is available for me? Like, if I have to take a quick leave of absence, who's going to be able to help me with that? Things like that. So that's what you want. You want to just, you know, take a tally of your resources and what do you have available to you to help you. Because I do get that this is a fast-moving situation. Because once you're released from this Hanged Man moment, and you're having all this anxiety, but they're saying, be aware of your anxiety. This is what's going to help you. Be aware of your anxiety. Step forward with your next plan of action. Part of this might be to have somebody to talk to, not for most of you, because I feel like most of you still, the Hanged Man isn't even going to let you communicate with other people, not for the most part. But what they're saying, when you're ready to go forward, first thing you want to do is make sure you communicate with everybody you can. And you know what? Also, the wish here, the wish band that I'm feeling here is like, remember that there's possibilities beyond what you're seeing. So communicate, keep in communication with people who are going to help you, people who can assist you, but don't close doors. Don't just limit yourself to what you believe can happen. Keep things open, and if there's something you wish would work a little better, put that out there. Be like, this is what I'm planning, this is what I'm doing. This is how I prefer it to work out, but this is what I have in front of me. If you put out there every now and then what you'd prefer to happen, but what you're doing, somebody might see something you don't. They might say like, oh, you prefer to have a better car to take this trip? Well, actually, you can borrow mine. Or I know somebody's you can. Or I know you have this. I have this resource that I can lend you to help you along your travels. Keep that in mind. If you keep communication open of what you would like, along with what you are doing, I'm getting you might have an unexpected pleasure coming your way. Somebody might be able to assist you or help you in a way you're not expecting, but only through communication and saying, this is what I would like, would that come forward. Now it says, no more time, act now. I'm feeling that energy very strong. Like you have to keep going forward, and I understand that. They're telling me that when the situation goes forward, you don't have the luxury of just sitting there and thinking it through. But they do say you have the luxury of communication. Explaining what you'd prefer to happen, explaining you'd like to have more time to think this over is great too. You never know. Things might pop open that you're not expecting. Communication. I feel like that's really big with this situation. Communicate what you're thinking. Communicate where you're going. Communicate what you'd prefer. You have to keep stepping forward. I get that. And there's a fast energy with that, and I get this. But they're saying with the path, don't let fear direct your movement forward. The more you communicate, the less fear you're going to have. Now, I'm seeing a lot of crows on this fear card, which I'm a fan of crows, because they can be a little bit intimidating, they can be a little bit scary, but they're very good at communication. You know what I mean? They can be a little bit difficult to deal with once in a while, and some people find them very annoying, and so be it. But they're very good with communication, and you know what? They can dispel a problem by communicating, by talking it through. The more they communicate, the stronger they are. They move together as a system. So allow that communication to disperse the fear. Communication will disperse the fear. Don't let the fear overcome you. Because you have helping children reversed here. What I'm getting with that is it's telling me that the situation is not something that's going to be easily taken care of. It's not child's play. It seems like it's going to get more and more difficult as you go, but it seems like you're helping people who need help. When you're putting in your effort, it's one of two things. People are relying on you to make decisions, or you're kind of waiting for somebody else to make a decision. I actually don't feel like that's how it is. I actually feel like you're the one who's helping other people, and they're relying on your assistance. And I feel like the fear here, the fear is that you're not going to be able to make the right decision, because it's almost like when I feel like this helping children fear, like if you think of yourself helping a 2 to 4 year old, they'll tell you that something hurts. They'll tell you what they understand. But how much does a 2 to 4 year old really understand? Like they'll tell you like my head hurts. They can't tell you like the back of my head hurts. They can't tell you I feel like there's a balloon expanding in my sinuses. Like they're not going to have that language. You know what I mean? It's going to be, you're going to have to walk them through it and try to help them help you. And I feel like the helping children reversed is saying there's only so much information you can get about the situation, and you're going to have to make the best choices going forward. And I feel like that's really what the helping children reversed is saying. Like, you know, again, if you're asking a child, like, where is the pain? Where do you hurt? What are you feeling? They only have so much they can explain to you. They only have so much they can tell you. They don't have the vocabulary or the knowledge to explain it to you in detail that you might need to actually make a better decision. And you have to keep that in mind as you keep going forward. Keep communicating forward. But remember, this situation, even if it has nothing to do with the child at all, and that's fine, they're saying what you're getting back from the situation is based on what they can tell you. Whoever you're dealing with, it's based on what they can tell you, what they understand. And your understanding is a lot stronger. So the more you communicate out, for example, if we're going to use that child analogy again, you're talking to a 2 to 4 year old. How do you feel? I don't feel well. Like, what doesn't feel well? My head hurts. What part of your head hurts? Can you show me? And they'll touch a part of their head, like this is what it feels like. And then you can ask them, does it feel like somebody's hitting you? Does it feel like something's expanding? Does it make you feel like you're going to be sick to your stomach? Like, you have to walk them through and give them ideas. You have to keep communicating, keep going through it, trying to drill it down farther. Like, what is the problem? Where is the symptom? What are you experiencing? How are you feeling? Are you also feeling sick to your stomach? Is that also happening for you? Oh, well, a little bit, yeah. I don't want to eat anything. All right, so you're getting more and deeper into it. They're saying communicate, 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 communicate. Communication will dispel the fear. That's what I'm getting from this. Because it keeps going forward. And they're saying communication is going to help you the most. Communicate, communicate, communicate. This is going to open things up. This is going to make this path a lot stronger. You have to do something either way. You're not going to have the luxury of just sitting sideways, sitting to the side and waiting. You're going to have to keep moving forward. The more you communicate, the better you're going to find out what to do, the better you're going to be able to act on it. I think we're there. Okay, so I feel like communication's really your big one on that one. All right, I hope that helps. Let's go into the next one. Of course, if you'd like a reading from me, shoot me an email, jamesforastral@gmail.com, and I'll send you my pricing list. James4astral@gmail.com. Where did I put those cards? There they are. Okay. Now on to the next. Rainbow Hematite, which I have really gotten stronger with. I really do feel it's regaining your own strength, regaining control of a situation through your own actions, regaining control of yourself. I feel like this all wants to go in a line here, so I'm going to move that. All right, go over it again. All right, so Four of Cups reversed. When I'm coming into this and I feel like we're saying what will help you, if part of this is not the way you like it, you don't have to accept that. Because I feel like if this was right side up, it'd be like, well, most of it is correct, but one little piece isn't, so we got to just kind of let it go. When it's reversed, I feel like what they're saying is if there's something here you don't like, if most of it is good but one piece of it isn't, you don't have to accept that. Go over it again. Go over it again, and the new beginning can come out of this. It could take some time because you got patience. Is that patience? I'm trying to read upside down here. Yep. All right, so I feel like they're saying you can get control of this. You can get more control of this situation. With the Rainbow Hematite, you can get more control of this situation. And I get like, if you just go over this one more time, you could put that final cup upright. That fourth cup can be yours as well. You can have all four cups. The whole situation will work better. It will cause things to change. Like a new beginning is telling me you're going to feel better, a breath of fresh air. But you might have to start over at square one to do so. But they're saying just have the patience to do that. This could be a lot better. And then everybody, when I'm getting recognition, everybody's going to be a lot happier. And you're going to realize that you're going to get what you want out of this. And you're going to get, the accolades for not giving up and just accepting it for what it was. This could go a lot better. What will help you? Don't accept it just because most of it is okay. Just because 70 to 80% of this is going the way you want, that doesn't mean you have to accept it. In this situation, go over it again. Whoever you need to, go over those details again. And then just have the patience to let it reconstitute the way it needs to, because the long run is much better. The long run is telling me this will work out for you and everybody else a lot better. Just don't accept it the way it is. That's what's going to help you. Don't accept it. Go over it again, fix it, and restart. And then you get control. I get that. So this with the Rainbow Hematite. You're going to get more control over this whole situation by doing that. And I know that's short and sweet, but that's what I got for this one. And if that's all you need, then that's all you need. Okay. So that's for that one. That's a Rainbow Hematite. That was quite nice, I thought. I hope that felt for everybody else the way it felt for me. That felt very short, sweet, to the point, but it made its impact. So good, good, good. All right. Now we have the Amethyst, which it seems to me it doesn't come across on camera with how pretty it really is. It's got like a very lavender feel to it. I like it. I very much enjoy this stone. It has some darker colors in there too. To me, it feels very grounding spiritually. Like not only like get in touch with your God center, goddess center, but also think about what you're doing and how you're affecting other people. That type of feel. I'm gonna go here and over here. Now I'm going to move this out of the way too. It's like the bridge from one to the next is what I feel like we're going for. All right, so you got strength reversed. Does it classes? It does. You know what I'm feeling with that, though, is I feel like people feeling like this is in my pay grade, or that's in your pay grade, or that's above my pay grade. This is what people in my situation do. That's what people in your situation do. I'm getting like a little bit of an arrogant feel with this. Yeah, I feel like this is when I'm getting like the class system, like, you know, middle class, upper class, lower class, whatever, all that other good stuff. I feel like this is saying like step away from what is expected of you based on your title or what somebody else's title might be. Don't prejudge somebody that, you know, this is what they do and this is how they do it, so that's the best they can do, or that's what I can expect from them. Step away from that. Don't expect something from someone just based on a title, or like, you know, they got nice things and beautiful things, they'll never do this. Or vice versa. This is how they live. They can't make the grade on this. There's no way they're going to be able to help me. Like if you see somebody and you don't think they have much money, but based on how they live, they might want to help you. They might have something in the reserve and they want to help you. Just don't prejudge somebody based on what you think their class is. Or don't let somebody else also, if this goes reverse, don't let somebody else judge you based on how you live life. Maybe you have a modest living and you don't have a lot of extra money. Don't let them just cut you out of it thinking you don't have the resources to do this. Keep yourself in the situation. But stay grounded, like, you know, do what's necessary. And also don't get caught up in the class system like this is the type of help we need and you're not in the type of situation that would help us. Don't get caught up in that either. This is a weird card in my opinion. Because I'm getting weakness with the class here. Like, people getting predisposed and like, this is where I am in life, this is where you are in life. You know what I mean? It almost makes me think, like, if you're a street sweeper or you're somebody on, you know, Wall Street, it doesn't matter. You're both human. You both have things to contribute. Don't let a thing like that, like, another thing I see coming in here a lot is, if you're in the medical field or if you're not in the medical field. If you're somebody who deals with medical things, that doesn't mean you do or don't have the knowledge other people need to succeed. For example, I've seen people that, like, they see things, they work in a hospital type environment, and they're like, they see things constantly, but they're told, like, you're not the doctor, you can't make these decisions. Well, yeah, that might be true. You can't make certain decisions, but you know things, you've seen things, you have intelligence about a situation you have to give forward. Don't let somebody just shut you down because, you know, this is all you know, that's all you do, that's your education level. So what? If you know something, if you're seeing something happening, pull that forward. Just give your 2 cents about what you're seeing. That's all I'm saying. Now, it says release. Literally, release that thought. Release anything connected to a class system, like, I don't know how else to put it. I think I've beaten it to death. Because what they're saying is release that feeling. Release that feeling that people only have the ability to help you, or you can only help based on where you are in life, based on what they, you know, can tangibly see. When you release that, release any pre-exposed, pre-designed, pre-thought, you know, this is what that person's capable of, or this is all that they think I'm capable of. Release that, whatever it is. Now you got darkness coming in, which is telling me it's very scary to put yourself out there in this way. Whatever it is, whatever this preconceived notion is, when you release that, it's very scary to do that. Granted, having some faith, putting yourself out there, or giving somebody a chance if you don't believe they could really uphold the situation, that's scary. But they're saying this is how you start getting more help. Because you know what? Maybe somebody doesn't have the resources to help you. But you know what? They might know somebody who can. You don't know that. But if you try, and you try to go towards them to say, hey, can you help me with this? If they can't, maybe they know somebody who can. Maybe they can get you closer to somebody you couldn't get closer to on your own. So they might have other resources that are conjuncting to this that can help you, that you're not seeing. Give it a shot. Give it a try. Now, as we keep going forward, you got daily practice, you got gratitude, you got the High Priest, and you got the Seven of Swords. Now, you may go towards somebody to help you. They may have unexpected ideas about what would actually help the situation. They may be able to bring in something that you're not expecting. That's fine. They're not going to stay around long is what I'm also getting. When they walk away, they've done their part. They've done what they can. They'll do what they can. They'll hang out as long as they can. Let them go. What they hand you, what they give you, you're the one to put that in daily practice. Just be thankful for what you got. Don't worry about the details with that person. Whatever they can help you with, they'll help you with. Take what they give you, put that into daily practice. Just be thankful for it and keep going. That will help you the most. Because I feel like you're going to go towards somebody you're not expecting to really be able to help you. They're going to be able to do something for you you're not expecting. They will then drop away soon after. That is fine. Just take what you got from it and run with it. Just be thankful for it, and just be thankful for what they did. Show that gratitude towards them. Keep that alive, because you know what? I feel like this may come back as a recycled situation later. They may come back again and help you later. Just as long as you show that gratitude, I feel like the more you show that gratitude, the more this is going to help, the more this is going to pay off down the road in unexpected ways. Because I feel like you might be healing more than just the situation. There might be offshoot positivity coming from this. So they're saying just give somebody you're not expecting a shot. They may help you in a way you're not expecting. When they drop away, let them, but just be thankful for what they did. I think we're good. All right, we're going to let that be what that be. And we got one last one to do. And if I can pick this up. Okay. Let's just put these to the side. The last one, Selenite, which I love to do that because I think it's so pretty when it does it. All right, so what do we have for you? Selenite is usually, it's very strong in positivity. And if you could see this spot, I don't know if you can, it's like a little, what somebody would call an error in the stone, I guess. I think that's one of the better parts of the stone, because I think it reminds people that, just because something doesn't look perfect doesn't mean it's not beautiful, doesn't mean it's not, it feels good. I can't feel that crack in there, but I love it. I love this stone. I think it's perfect. Even though it has that crack, I still feel like that's part of the perfection to it. And I feel like what this is saying, this stone is usually about positivity. A lot of times selenite is used to clear other stones. It just has a natural positive energy to it. So let's keep that in mind as we keep going forward. Find your center. Oh, I like that. And both of those cards, yeah, I feel like that's because this is being okay. I feel like people are trying to stop a change from coming in. I also say, from what I'm getting from this, is this serenity? Nope. Sensitivity? Sensitivity. For those who can read upside down, I'm reading it upside down, so in case you're wondering, what's the problem? What's the problem, James? Can you read today? I can, it's just hard upside down. The world, the Three of Pentacles coming in upside down is I feel like somebody's trying to stagnate or stop a change, but the world will not be stopped. You can maybe slow it up a little bit, within reason, maybe, if you're really, really, really fortunate. Not usually, but sometimes. But what I'm getting here is things are changing, whether you like it or not. Although people are trying to keep it from changing, people aren't really helping it change, is what I'm also getting. If you just find your center and just realize, this is an upsetting moment, connect with your own center, all right, this is happening. It's kind of I hate to use this analogy. You're seeing somebody and they're not doing well, and they're physically not doing well. And that, life ends sooner or later one way or another. Instead of fearing what might happen, enjoy them for what you can. It's if you see somebody going through a rough time and you're afraid they might expire, don't get caught up whether they will or they will not. Take a moment and just enjoy a moment with them as best you can. Even if it's hard for them right now, they might just like having your company there. And they're saying, find your center. Just enjoy what you can of the situation. Do the best you can with that. The sensitivity is telling me the person or situation you're dealing with will benefit greatly by you just living in the moment and doing your best in the moment. Disconnect from what's happening next. Disconnect from the outcome and connect to the situation for the best you can and just do the best you can with it. Blossoming and focus is telling me what's going to happen next is coming forward on its own. As it unfolds, as it blossoms, if you want to go there with that card, you'll find out what to do. You'll know what to do next. It'll naturally come forward. The whole point of this, if you were drawn to this, especially the stone, is saying just engage in the moment for the moment that it is. Especially if it's connecting to a person, like just connect to that person. Be sensitive to that person. Be there for that person just as someone who's next to them that cares about them. That may be all you need to do to make this better. Because you may look back and be, especially if it's somebody about to expire, you may look back and be like, you know what? At least I was there. And they knew I was there. And that's the best I could have done at that moment, and that's what I did. I know that might seem a little sad, so I hope this goes better than I think it's going to go. I'm feeling a very sad, heavy energy coming down the road from this, but this may be a powerful moment. You could look back and be like, I connected with this person, and I knew I was there. I did the best I could, and they knew I was there. And that's how we're ending this. All right. Thank you for watching. If you'd like a direct reading from me, go ahead, shoot me an email, jamesforastral@gmail.com. That's James, the number 4, astral@gmail.com. Thank you.